Right, so Under Armour have decided to name their latest shoes the HOVR Drive. Now, we all know that there's no such thing as a HOVR Drive, so I might as well just stand here while absolutely nothing happens. And, I appear to be hovering. Okay, we are definitely going to need to rethink the way we test these shoes. Hi everyone, Kevin here from Golf Guy Reviews, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Under Armour HOVR Drive golf shoe. Now, these are a new spike shoe for 2019 for the Under Armour range, and they currently retail in the UK for between 120 and 150 pounds. Now, we're going to take a look at them in this review video today. Going to go through some of the specific details. I've worn them on the course and I've worn them down the range. I'm going to let you know what I think, so stick around to find out. Now, if you enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and please remember to subscribe. And if you want to keep up to date on all my latest reviews of golf shoes, clothing and tech, don't forget to hit that bell button so you get notified each time I post a new review. Now, before we go any further, let's just take a second to appreciate the awesome name that is the HOVR Drive. It sounds like something out of Back to the Future.
I need to borrow your hoverboard.
Now, HOVR is referring to the foam used in the midsole of these shoes, as well as some of their other running trainers and other shoes as well. And the name Drive is clearly just used because it sounds cool when you put it together with HOVR. But first we're going to look at the styling of the shoe. Overall, I really quite like the look of this shoe. They've gone for a traditional style golf shoe. They've not gone down the sporty trainer style. I think this looks like a pretty normal golf shoe. I like some of the styling details on it. You've got this ripple effect at the rear and at the very back of the trainer as well. You've also got some little bit of detailing on the side with the laces there. Nothing kind of overpowering in terms of the detailing and the styling. You've also got the colour parts of the foam there. So you've got the HOVR foam with what they call the energy web being trapped behind, but we'll come into that in a little bit. I think it looks pretty cool. It's not over the top, it's on the inside, so it's hidden away a little bit. Whereas you compare it to the outside of the shoe, you've just got the plain white foam there. So I think overall, these are actually quite a good looking shoe. When it comes to the upper, Under Armour are using a Clarino microfibre upper material. What that is a synthetic leather, and the reason why they've used that is because it stays nice and soft, it's nice and durable, and it's waterproof. They give you a 1 year's guarantee as well. Now, I've got to admit, wearing these out on the course, I didn't have any issues whatsoever. I thought they were nice and soft straight out of the box. Didn't feel that they need to take any time breaking in. On the upper, you've got a material there covering the toe as well, just to kind of protect it and increase the durability of the shoe as you kind of drag your toe through on the swing. On the top of the edge there, you've got a decent amount of padding on the shoe. Actually, you can see there, it's quite well padded. And it was nice and comfortable around the ankle area. I didn't have any issues. And on the tongue, you've got just a pretty traditional standard tongue there. It's again nice and padded on there. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. It's nothing particularly fancy going on with it, but it just feels like quite a nice, good quality tongue. So overall, yeah, I'm quite happy with the upper of the shoe. It does feel nice and soft. They've aimed for a soft, lightweight shoe, and we're going to come on to that because lightweight is a key part of this shoe. And for the most part, I think they've succeeded. Now, weight is a big part of this shoe, so if you're looking for something that doesn't feel too heavy on your feet,
There's that word again, heavy.
then this could definitely be something that you want to try out. Under Armour has specifically designed this shoe to be as lightweight as possible. That's using the specific leather that they've used, the artificial leather, and the way that they've structured the shoe. Now, I weighed this shoe earlier and I compared it against the Adidas Tour 360 XT. So both are leather style shoes, both are spiked, both are waterproof, both are looking to do roughly the same kind of job. The HOVR Drive weighed in at 363 grams compared to the Adidas Tour 360, which weighed in at 480 grams. So the HOVR Drive was around 30% lighter than the Adidas Tour 360. So that's quite a significant saving. And when you try these on and feel them next to each other, these are definitely a lot lighter. So if that's something that you're looking for, if you really want a lightweight shoe, if that's big on your shopping list, then definitely check out the HOVR Drives. Now, moving on to the midsole of the shoe, and Under Armour are using their HOVR foam technology right throughout the midsole. If you've not used HOVR foam before, then it is really quite nice and soft. It's got a good amount of responsiveness to it. It uses this system called the energy webbing, and so you've got the webbing there on the inside, and you've got some on the rear of the shoe as well, and that means that it's a contained foam. So the idea of that is that it's trying to return the maximum amount of energy possible. So when you take a step in the shoes, you get a nice spring in your step. Now, for anyone that has seen my other videos before where I've reviewed any of the Adidas shoes which use the Boost material, you know I'm a huge fan of Boost. I'm a huge fan of the HOVR foam as well, actually. I've got a pair of the Sonic running trainers which use the HOVR material, and I'm very impressed with those. For me personally, I do slightly prefer the feel of Boost because it is that little bit softer, and I really like that squishy feeling when I'm walking on the shoes. But the HOVR foam is actually really positive as well. So it does give you still a very comfortable, very soft, very responsive feel when you're walking in the shoes. So I would definitely recommend you go checking them out. So moving on to the sole of the shoe, and the first thing that you're going to see is that the HOVR Drive use the rotational resistant spikes. So you've got the two red ones down here and the two red ones up here. Now these are specifically designed to give you the best amount of grip as your shoes rotate into the turf throughout your golf swing. And to be honest, I've got no issues with the grip whatsoever. You've got the normal looking soft spikes as well as a lot of these little plastic ridges as well to help you get additional traction on the sole of the shoe. But if I'm entirely honest, I haven't noticed any incredible changes in terms of the level of grip or the feel when I'm swinging the shoe. That's just me. I don't tend to put too much pressure through the shoe on my golf swing. But for me, as I say, yeah, I've not noticed any kind of leaps and bounds or like incredible changes to the feel of the grip. That being said, these are perfectly grippy shoes. I didn't have any problem out on the course whatsoever, and it was quite a wet day when I was out testing these. So I was very happy and comfortable with the grip. It didn't cause me any issues whatsoever. So moving on to the fit of the shoe, you can kind of see here that on the two lacing rungs on the bottom, they're integrated into the shoe. So when you tie them tighter, it's giving you a bit of a better fit. They don't seem to be dynamically or hugely structured into the shoe, unlike something like the 360 XTs on the Adidas range or any Nike shoes where they use the Flywire technology. So it doesn't really seem to be kind of pulling dramatically in across the shoe, but it's there. It's, you know, it's a nice to have, and the rest of them, the laces are just going through into the shoe as normal. In terms of the feel of the shoe, it's that lightweight feel is the first thing you really notice actually. These are incredibly lightweight, and they are certainly the lightest feeling shoes that I've worn. The top of the material there on your feet does feel quite thin. There's a little bit of padding on the underneath, but not a huge amount. So they are really doubling down on the lightweight feel of these shoes. You've got some great ventilation in these shoes as well. So you've got some ventilation holes at the top. You've got a few along the side there as well. So in terms of wearing these in the summer, you're not going to have any problems either. They're not just a winter shoe. And as I say, the fit felt nice and comfortable. It's not the tightest fitting shoe in the world. They do come in a wide version as well, with the decent amount of padding around the heel, around the ankle area, the moderately thick tongue. They fit quite nice, but they're not the most locked down fit that I've felt, as I say, compared to the 360 XTs that I was wearing on that day as well, testing them out. They feel a lot more kind of locked around my foot with the technology they're using there. But doesn't mean to say that these are a bad shoe, it's just not quite as tight a fit as you might be expecting from some of the other shoes. So it depends. Certainly if you've got a wider foot, or you prefer that lightweight feel, something a little bit looser on your foot, then these certainly are worth a look. So if you enjoyed my review of the Under Armour HOVR Drive golf shoes, hit that like button and comment down below. Let me know what you think of the video, what you think of the shoes, and let me know what you'd like to see me review next. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell button so you can keep up to date on all my latest reviews of golf shoes, clothing and tech, all here on Golf Guy Reviews.